The Red Sox and Astros felt each other out for Games 1 and 2, and now things shift to Houston for Game 3. Each team faces a challenge of sorts here, with the Astros facing a right-handed starter for the first time in the series. They have hit better against lefties on the season, and the Red Sox entering the game with some questions about their bullpen, particularly closer Craig Kimbrel. Also of note, each team has a big bit, Jose Altuve and J.D. Martinez, which has been cold thus far. Altuve has gone 1 for 8 in the first 2 games, and Martinez is 0 for 7. Altuve is nursing a sore right knee and may be the DH this afternoon. Martinez, of course, will DH for Boston. It'll be interesting to see if either one of them gets up the schneid. In Los Angeles, the Brewers would take a commanding 3-1 lead with a victory tonight. As noted below, things are set up nicely for them from a pitching perspective, having basically everyone available in what will be, essentially, a bullpen game. The Dodgers have a traditional starter on the mound in Rich Hill, but since Walker Buehler went 7 innings and Dave Roberts did not have to use his top relief arms, he'll likely be calling down to the pen earlier than usual as well. Indeed, expect him to pull out all the stops he can to avoid falling into a 1-3 hole in this best-of-7 series. Your viewing guide: ALCS Game 3, Red Sox vs. Astros. Ballpark, Minute Maid Park time, 5:09 p.m. Eastern. TV, TBS. Pitchers, Nathan Eovaldi vs. Dallas. Keuchel breakdown: Eovaldi is coming off 7 innings of 1-run ball with 5 strikeouts and no walks in his Game 3 start against the Yankees in the ALDS. Earlier this year he faced the Astros when he was still with the Rays. As you probably heard by now, that didn't go too well, but he's been solid as a rock for Boston since the beginning of September, not allowing more than 2 runs in any start and blanking the opposition 3 times. Keuchel is working on 7 days of rest since giving up 2 runs over 5 innings in his Game 3 of the ALDS. Sometimes people say guys with sinking stuff like his do worse with more rest, but I feel like every time I've heard that for the past decade, a guy like him has either been just fine on extra rest or has gotten shelled on the allegedly good short rest they get. It's mostly noise. So much small sample stuff this time of year is noise. Including the fact that Keuchel is 0-1 with a 9.15 ERA over 4 appearances against the Sox in his career. People say that stuff to have something to say, like I just did. NLCS Game 4, Brewers vs. Dodgers. Ballpark, Dodger Stadium time, 9:09 p.m. Eastern. TV, FS1. Pitchers, Gio Gonzalez vs. Rich Hill breakdown: Gio Gonzalez will start the game, but as was the case in Game 1 when Gonzalez pitched just 2 innings, look for him to be an opener here once again. In Game 1, Craig Kimbrel used 7 pitchers, with Brandon Woodruff going 2 innings and Josh Hader going 3. Hader pitched yesterday, but it was only 2/3 of an inning in which he only threw 8 pitches, so expect to see him once again. The Dodgers, blanked yesterday, will need to show that they can do something against the Brewers' best, or this thing isn't going back to Milwaukee for a Game 6 or 7. As for their starter, Rich Hill hasn't pitched in 8 days, last going 4 1/3 against the Braves in the NLDS, allowing 2 runs. He'll be pitching to Austin Barnes after Yasmani Grandal's boo-inspiring performance in the postseason thus far sends him to the pine. Follow at Craig Calcaterra. As expected, Jose Altuve will serve as the designated hitter for Game 3 of the ALCS against the Red Sox this afternoon. Altuve has been bothered by a right knee injury, so A.J. Hinch has chosen to give his legs a bit of a breather. In his place at the Keystone will be Marvin Gonzalez, putting Tony Kemp in left field. Brian McCann is behind the plate. Boston, a lefty on the mound means that Rafael Devers will sit in favor of Eduardo Nunez at third base, while Christian Vazquez will do the catching. Red Sox 1. Mookie Betts, RF2. Andrew Benintendi, LF3. J.D. Martinez, DH4. Xander Bogaerts, SS5. Steve Pearce, R1B6. Eduard Nunez, R3B7. Ian Kinsler, R2B8. Christian Vasquez, RC9. Jackie Bradley Jr., LCF Astros 1. George Springer, RCF2. Jose Altuve, RDH3. Alex Bregman, R3B4. Yuli Gurriel, R1B5. Marvin Gonzalez, S2B6. Josh Reddick, LRF7. Carlos Correa, RSS8. Brian McCann, LC9. Tony Kemp, LLF. Follow at Craig Kimbrel.